Hello everyone, you've started to understand the hierarchy of standard data types. It was a fairly small topic, so there aren't many exercises for it. These tasks may feel less familiar than the previous ones because I'm no longer going to tell you what data types your variables should have, what you should name them, or even how many variables you need. The task descriptions are becoming more abstract and closer to real-world programming. From now on, you'll have to determine these things yourself. Let's get started. Exercise 1. You work at a research center. Each employee has a letter-based access level and a numeric laboratory number. The system should add the access level code and the laboratory number, then print the result. Before running the program, determine what type the result of this expression will have and explain why. First, let's decide what data we need. For the access level, we can use the char type because it represents a character. For the laboratory number, we can use int because it is a whole number. Now that the variables are created, we ask the user to enter the values and store them. Next, we need to add these two values together and save the result. From the theory lesson, you already know that the value of type char is promoted to int when used in an arithmetic expression. So these two values will be added as integers, and the result will be stored in an int variable. Then we simply print the result. Let's run the program and take a look. The uppercase English letter A has the character code 65. So if we enter A and the number 100, the result will be 165. Exercise 2. You're setting up an electronic synthesizer before a concert. It has a base frequency, a letter representing the current mode, and a small decimal tuning adjustment. The program should add all three values in a single expression and print the result. Before running the program, determine what type will result from adding the first two values, what type the final expression will have, and which implicit type conventions will occur during the calculation. We do the same thing here. First, we decide which data types we need. Base frequency can be a whole number, so the int type is enough. Mode letter clearly suggests the char type, and tuning adjustment is a floating point value. We enter all these values and then add them together. You already know from the data type hierarchy that double has the highest rank among these types, so the other values will be converted to double, and the result will also have the double type. Let's run the program and take a look. Exercise 3. You are testing equipment for receiving a radio signal. The system stores the base signal strength as an integer, an additional adjustment as a decimal value, and the channel code as a single character. All three values take part in a single arithmetic expression. Determine the type of the final result before running the program and then verify your answer in practice. Signal strength can be represented as a whole number, so I chose the int type. Signal adjustment can be a floating point value. This time, let's use float for a bit of variety, just in case you already forgotten about this type. Channel code could technically be either a single character or a string, but you haven't learned how to input strings yet, so the char type is enough for now. All that's left is to add these values together and determine the type of the result. You already know that floating point types are higher in the type hierarchy than the other types used here, so all the values in this expression will be converted to float. Let's run the program. And that's it for this simple lesson. Just hang in there until lesson 26. That's where the exercises will start becoming more complex. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.